I thought I copied that under number 7. And then what else does it say? Oh, okay. Let's go underneath number 10. Okay, and then after that one, copy the other one. Let's see. Do I have another one in there? Another Zoom broadcast one in my profile. Oh man, the audio part. Oh man.
You are not hearing Jaws.
Oh. Okay. So is that to allow audio? Okay. Okay. No. Okay. Let's go. Let's see. Go over. Let's go over to like the Zoom for Restream, and then we'll just fix that other part up. And then we already did that. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, and that stuff should already be there. So. All right. Okay. Hopefully there's a go live button there. Oh, okay. No, it's probably going live. So it's red button, huh? Okay. And you can start the recording of this one. And it's gonna record. Yes, on this computer. All right. Thank you very much. All right. Thanks. All right. Yeah, you too. Hey, well, tonight we're going to start without our music introduction because
sounds good. Sounds good.
I need to put those notes back in there.
I
She was
understand.
she was such a nice lady. I said, "Well, where are they? Where are they?" Oh man. Well, as you could guess by the topic, I've had some unusual dreams.
Well, that depends on what sort of dreams you're talking about. If you're talking about strange dreams, like precognitive type of dreams, where you might dream that you're going to have a bowl of oatmeal on Tuesday and you have the dream on a Sunday, why, a couple of days later you have a bowl of oatmeal, why, absolutely, it's a strange occurrence that does make you go, sometimes. There are also deja vu. And then, of course, you've got, I've got a dream, and those kind of dreams. So, which ones are we talking about this
Well,
evening,
we're talking about
Johnny?
the ones where my wife says, "I told you to stay away from those people because they're even bad in your dreams," which I don't consider to be bad in real life, but in everybody's like, no, these people are, they're not who they say they are. So let's see, what should I say? So okay, the first string was I have this friend named Nicole, and I've known her for a long time. I used to go to this church where they really tried to mentor the guys, and they had the guys living in five women to a apartment, guys living in five, and then they would have like the father, the dad, or the head guy that would help the guys, give them their chores. Like, these are grown guys, but they give them structure, and the women would do the same, and they would counsel and mentor each other, and then, and so I met him in that atmosphere where he was living with these five guys, and so we became friends, and so, but he's not the most natural person to live with. You ever seen like that movie Oscar, that the
Oh,
Odd Couple?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
absolutely.
yeah,
The odd
yeah.
couple, right.
I don't think I was exactly like a clean freak, but I was cleaning. It was more of a no. Well, we had a situation. He was sleeping on the couch and he was eating some raisins. He dropped some raisins on the floor, and instead of picking it up, he stepped on it and kept going.
Right,
And
right,
then
right. Absolutely.
so anyway, so he always comes back to Denver because he works 3 days at hospitals, and so he comes down to visit me. And the last time he came, all of his clothes were inside of his car as if he was living in his car. But I know his
Ye-
mother lives in San Antonio, Texas. So I'm thinking like, well, why didn't you put your clothes if you lost your apartment in your mother's house and just drive with a few clothes? You don't need all your possessions in your car.
Well, and that's an interesting point. Is a lot of people have taken to kind of roaming the country, doing their thing, and bringing their things with them while they see the sights, as it were, from their car.
So in the dream, I was looking for my place, and it wasn't this place. It was like this white apartment building. And I said, "Hey, I'm gonna take you over to my house, and we'll hang out." And I couldn't remember my my apartment number, so I thought it was 105. Then I found one that was 117, and so he said, "Hey, I'll help you find it." And he's kind of like a funny party type of guy, so he said, "Okay, I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna see if it's here, right?" So he goes in, and then I said, "What is he doing this?" So he's in there, maybe smoking marijuana with the people and stuff like that, having a good time. Then he comes out, and I said, "Wait a minute, I thought you were going to help me." He said, "Hey, I am. I just, I just stopped and talked to these because whenever he meets people, he starts talking and he makes friends quickly, right?"
Sure, sure.
So then, and this is still the dream. So then, you know, he says, "Well, there's 117. Is that your address?" And I said, "No, I, I can't remember my address." And the only reason I couldn't because I had never lived there before. So I called my sister, and my mother, who's now dead, she answers the phone.
All right. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
So she said, "You want to talk to my sister's name?" And I said, "Yeah, can I talk to her?" And I said, "Sister, what is my address?" And she says, "I don't remember, but but we could do a FaceTime. you can show me the apartments, and I can tell you that's your apartment. So that's what she did. And it was the weirdest thing. I didn't know my address. We were going to do it was technology was there that we could do a FaceTime, and she was going to show me which one of my apartment. And my friend is running around meeting new ladies in different apartments, not being any help at all. And when I told my wife, she says, "See, I told you you should never hang out with that guy, even in your dreams."
I, the great Alan Colvin, am going to interpret this wonderful dream that you have had, Johnny. It is like this. It works like this. You were in a place where you had to have your independence challenged. So
Hmm.
you called upon a trusted friend or sister. Well, yeah,
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah,
trusted friend or relative, trusted friend or relative. And
yeah.
that person had offered a solution, which was to go ahead and FaceTime. And so, through the greatness and the miracle of modern technology and the bonds of family, you were able to figure it out. And it was only through interdependence that that could be done. And that is the message, Johnny.
Yeah. And do you think my wife always telling me like, don't hang out because she tells me she says this guy he's a drug dealer. I said no, but he works at a hospital, and I could say well he works at a hospital to get the drugs that he sells on the road, but I said well why wouldn't he tell me he's a drug dealer on the road working at hospitals to get drugs, and she says
Well,
he's never gonna.
you don't advertise that, you just kind of keep that on the DL. Anyway, so if you're just joining us,
Oh,
we don't normally talk about weird stuff like this, but we're talking about
strange
strange dreams.
dreams.
Strange
Yes.
dreams. I had a strange dream one time. It was October 25th. It was 2008, and for a wonder, I wasn't drinking. You see, I used to drink quite a lot.
Hmm.
But for a wonder, I wasn't drinking. I was just sitting there watching TV. My wife at the time had left on a women's retreat, and she split for the weekend, and we were sitting. I was sitting there, and I was just chilling,
Hmm.
and it was just me and God, so to speak. And I heard this voice, a great voice. It was, oh man, I felt this feeling, and it was wow. It was like electricity, but not. And it was like, wow, the best high I've ever had, but yet better. I mean, whoa.
Hmm.
And there was this voice, and I swear, well, can't swear to you, but I will tell you truthfully. It said, come up here. There's stuff I have to show you. And in this dream, I got to fly all around like, wow, Johnny. I mean, I don't just walk around and talk about strange dreams,
Hmm.
especially this kind of strange dream. But I got to fly all around, and I got to see, uh, like, know things. Yeah, I don't know if it was sight. I don't know because I've been blind all my life, but I got to see things and know things and be places, and nobody could see me. I mean, I wasn't like there, but I was there. I mean, wow, it was an intense experience, and it blew my tiny little mind for weeks, weeks and weeks and weeks, and even today, it colors who I am and shapes how I operate and how I exist. But in this dream, I was, I was, man, I was with God. I knew it. And I got to see all these things. I flew all around. And towards the end of it all, oh man, I got to ask him the nearest and dearest question on my heart after getting shown good things, bad things. Whoa, bad things, man. I'm talking like riots, and I'm talking burning things, and I'm talking, whoa. And this is 2008. I'm like, surely this isn't going to happen to my precious America, the land that I love, the home of the free. I mean, land of the free, home of the brave. I mean, man, it can't happen here. And I will tell you, I got to the end of it all, and I got to the nearest and dearest question in my life: will my marriage last? Because man, um, I
Hmm.
just had a couple of kids, and it was hard. I was like, man, Lord, I just want to know. And he said, do you love me? And I said, yes, Lord, I love you with all of my heart. And he said, is my grace sufficient for you? I mean, not like he was asking me the question because he already knew the answer. He says that it is in his book,
Hmm.
and I have to take him at his word.
Wow.
And and I said, "Yes, Lord, your grace is sufficient for me."
Hmm.
Just like that, it was over, and I was back, and the TV was still playing, and everything was
Hmm.
just going on as it always had. During this dream, he said, as he showed me all these things, he said, "Remember." And years later, I drowned in a bottle of vodka, Johnny. Oh,
Hmm.
I drank it down like it was my job, and
Hmm.
there was no tomorrow. And tonight was my last night getting paid.
Hmm. Oh,
And I
wow.
drank that down, and I went to sleep. And I woke up, and they were there. The paramedics, and
Hmm.
without getting into the details of it.
All right.
But man, they were there, and they took me all away. I went to the hospital, and as I was getting taken away, I heard as I mean, as if I were conscious still. If he lives, he's going to have brain damage for the rest of his life. Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, he might be a vegetable. Don't know. I mean, this kind of thing, you just don't go without oxygen for 10 minutes. And I
Hmm.
aspirated. That's why I had, well, anyway. So I drowned in this bottle of vodka. I woke up after a great, wow, trial and tribulation and prayer. And whew, oh, that's for another story, Johnny. But man, oh man, oh man. So I woke up, and it led back to the dream that I had on October 25th, 2008. I couldn't remember how to use my computer. I couldn't remember anything. And I knew I had failed God because I couldn't remember where the scriptures were. I
Hmm.
couldn't remember Matthew 18:11, for the Son of God has come to save that which was lost. I couldn't
Hmm.
remember where that was. I couldn't even remember even that it was in the book of Matthew.
That's
Um,
wow.
and he told me to remember, and I failed him. Ah, Johnny, I failed him. And over the years, he
Hmm.
rebuilt my memory. He gave me, well, I lost my hearing. I'm going deaf now and everything else, but I lost my hearing, and he gave it back.
Hmm.
Uh, he helped me rebuild my intellect so that I've got it back. It doesn't
Hmm.
work the same as it used to. I'm not a freaking 194 IQ guy. I'm just some plain
Hmm.
dude.
Hmm.
But I can remember everything now again, like I once could, even if I can't quite remember where the house number for the scripture is. I can get us to the neighborhood, and I can get us to the place where, uh, and it's not me. It's God. Yeah, he is the glory. So when you talk about strange dreams, that there's a strange dream right there. And
Oh
wow,
yeah.
does it still affect me, for all time. And that's why it colors every single piece of what I do and how I live and what I want to, uh, what legacy I want to be remembered as saying, you know, I don't want to be remembered as me. I just, it's Jesus. It's his glory.
Hmm.
Yeah, but in him I move, and in him I have being. And that's all I can say about that. You had a couple of other topics.
Yeah. Let me. I want to get the. I want to get this one. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Okay. Have you ever been forced out of a job, and maybe it's a job that you liked, or maybe it wasn't, and I could tell you, my story was, I was working as a DJ. It was 2001 September, and we had the 9/11, right? And so people stopped going to the hotel. People weren't flying. Just everything just went to a halt. And I worked as a DJ at a hotel. Well, eventually they couldn't afford to pay me what they were paying me, so they laid off all the DJs. So that wasn't bad. So I went to a club, and it was this guy. We used to have this radio station here in Denver called Q102,
I
and it was just
remember.
yeah, it was this little short Hispanic guy. He was one of the DJs, and he was, he would get on and he would say Q1, and then, he would hit the thing and all that. And then, but I had a gift of I could get people up dancing, and I didn't need a radio station behind me, or I just knew how to get people up dancing.
Wow.
And so I was his opening guy because he worked at a radio station. They thought he was the top guy, and so I said, oh, okay, because I'm starting from the bottom again because I was the top guy at the other place. So after I would get through with my set, I would me and my wife at the time, we would just drive and go home and do something else, and I could tell she was jealous because I said, hey, I'm going to ask for a raise, and stuff like that. And I guess he was the man, and I said, hey, how much should I ask for? I'm thinking like he's a friend, but he was, he wasn't a friend. Right. And I could just see in his face that he didn't want to give me the price that might have been close to his price to ask for as far as like, hey. So I was leaving the place, I finished my gig, my thing, got people up dancing for the first part of the show. I did like maybe 2 or 3 hours before he came on. And then the guy came up and says, well, Johnny, I don't know how to tell you this, but we have to let you go. And I said, let me
Right.
go. What? Because I was getting people up dancing. Well, what's going on? I said, well, I'm like, it's, sorry to tell you this, but I knew that it was him.
Right. Okay. So that's a dream killer right there. I mean, there are a couple of different types of dreamers in this world. There's dream takers who literally go around taking your dream and vampiring on you and just taking that dream and either
Hmm.
using it for their own or just taking it just because they can. They're
Hmm.
dream fakers. Yeah, you can do it. I'm right behind you. I'm way behind you, but I'm right behind you. You got the
Yeah.
dream. You got the dream breakers. Like sometimes your buddy that you were just talking about there. That it came from him.
Hmm.
Then you got
Yeah.
the dream makers, and those are Bill Gates. Those are Warren Buffett. Those are builders. Those are 3%ers, 5%ers, 10%ers. Those are very rare.
Hmm.
Then you got the dream bakers. I'm kind of a dream baker myself. I get too many irons in the fire, too many things in the oven, and I want to get them all done, but there ain't enough time in the day.
Hmm. Yeah. So, and for the listeners, just inboxes on YouTube, or subscribe to our station. I see our account is going up and up and up. And I don't know if it's because I some of our top shows that we do, I do a premiere on YouTube and other stations. So I don't know if it's because of that, but our count is climbing. So subscribe, share the shows, uh, and leave your comments below. And if I'll go back and I'll find them, and maybe not in real time like tonight, because I don't know how to read the the comments right
The chat
now.
stuff, yeah,
Yeah,
got
but
to figure all that out. We should have a meeting at some point, Johnny, and try to figure out, put our heads together and kind of collaborate. We'll
yeah,
figure
'cause-
this thing out
yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
folks.
Yeah, because I'm using a new system, and we're on Twitch, uh, D Live, let's see, YouTube. We're on 2 or 3 Facebooks, I believe, and eventually we'll be on LinkedIn. I need to submit the business name, and
Right.
so oh, and and I upload the shows on Rumble. So we're in a lot
You're a
of different.
busy guy, Johnny. You're a busy guy. You've been beating this drum for 30 years, and it's a big dream that you never gave up on. And that's the big thing is never, ever give up on your dreams. Always be thankful in especially tribulation, because when the good times happen, you could be doubly thankful for those. And be
Yeah,
grateful for the things that you have,
yeah.
because, wow.
Because I assume like a lot of people that worked in the entertainment restaurant business, because of some virus and some political stuff, were put out of jobs that they liked.
Yeah.
That's what I thought about, like being put out of a job that you like doing, and so you're forced out of your job, and all you want to do is go back and you enjoy the people, you enjoy the atmosphere. And when I wasn't at the station, I mean, I miss being around creative people. So now I'm back at the station, and it's just relaxing to be around all those creative people. So yeah, so it will come back, people. So don't despair.
Yep.
It will come
Absolutely.
back. All right.
Absolutely. And that's the main key. That's the message.
Well, in what is it? It's in May. Me and my wife, we're gonna go on a little traveling. Hopefully, there won't be any restriction, like crazy restrictions where we can't go to other countries. But I thought about, and this is the third topic. Where would you like to travel to, and what would you like to see once you got to that destination? And so, you want to take it first, or I could take it?
Sure, sure.
Okay,
Of course, I would visit the Holy Land. I would visit Israel. I
I've
would
been there.
check out what they've got going on,
Oh,
and not just the touristy sites, but
when you go
go
to
ahead.
when you go,
Uh-huh.
try to get a tour guide that's not in a hurry.
Exactly,
And,
exactly.
and last
That's what
time
I've
was
been told.
yes, because when we went, the guy was in such a hurry, you had to almost run to keep up with them and say, "Wait a minute, we kind of break the track limit."
Yeah, I've got some friends that live there locally through some friends of some friends and friends of friends and things. I'd had to do some digging, but I'm sure that I could set up a network and figure out a way to kind of take it leisurely and just have a good time.
Yeah,
What about you, Johnny?
yeah. I mean, okay. I okay. I've gone to Egypt, but my friend who went, he went to the pyramids. And I heard that there's some, and I'm very sensitive to energy, because I mean, when I go to California, I mean, it's just, I could just feel like a different energy. When I go to overseas, just a different energy. And I always wanted to go visit the pyramid and go inside the pyramid, and see
That's
if
interesting.
I could pick up on the energy that came from the structure and the spiritualness and all that kind of stuff.
It's
Um,
interesting that you bring those kinds of things up. There are geometric shapes on the planet that are indeed linked to certain happening events. That are also tied to other things, and there's all kinds of YouTube channels all devoted to that stuff. And I will tell you this: there are some real things that we have forgotten about as a society, and perhaps we have not yet discovered. But there is nothing new under the sun. And if we uh, open our hearts to Jesus, we will always realize our dreams if those are for Him to go ahead and put into His will. But man, I'll tell you, I agree. I would love to go see some pyramids, and feel some energies. Woo!
oh, and I forgot to give the password for those of you who haven't been picked the book
Oh
yet.
yeah,
We're doing a giveaway. The first 5 people that email us at info@Innovation FM, info@Innovation FM, and tell us the passwords. And I forgot to tell you the first password. The first password was star, and let's see. In a little bit, I'll tell you. No, I guess I'll go ahead. Well, I'll tell you in about 2 minutes.
all right. Wait for that in
Yeah,
2 minutes, folks.
yeah. But yeah,
So,
the
ladies and
pyramid.
gentlemen,
Go
you just joining us here on intervisionfm.com. We've got a couple of different feeds on Rumble, I guess. We
Mm-hmm.
got Twitch up and running, and
D
we
Live.
will do some D
Yeah,
Live stuff. We'll have to talk a lot about that. That's kind of
yeah,
cool that we're on D Live. Is that
yeah.
music?
Well, it's like music management. It's like so. So that's when we have our musical guests, and we talk about like just entertainment and all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah, because D Live is always about
gamers,
gaming too, and
a
so
lot of
that's really
gamers on it.
cool.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to explore that at some length. I was trying to help you get that up and running, and oh man,
That's why I went to this thing, and it just right away. I don't know what was wrong with the other one, but this one I didn't have to do nothing. Just put in the stuff they said to put
put
in,
in what was necessary and
and
get rolling.
it rolls. So I said, "Ah, what a headache!" And it's it's saving me some money too, being on this system as well.
Well, I will tell you this, man. It did bring up the fact that I had to learn some new software anyway, in order so that we could start doing screen sharing and all kinds of crazy stuff. So, man, oh man, oh man, it's a good thing. God works out everything for His
Yeah.
good and His glory.
Oh, and got to tell the audience one more thing. If you ever get a chance to go to Egypt or any place that they have camels, uh, my wife learned this the hard way. When the tour guide wants to say you want to ride a camel, um, they probably won't tell you because it's kind of funny for them to see it happening. But when you get on a camel, do not lean forward.
Lean forward.
Do not lean forward
What
because
happens, Johnny? Tell them.
they stand up on their back feet
Yep.
first, and you're whipping out in the sky. So lean back. And she found out the hard way that
Yeah, so did I.
oh
So did I. So did I.
oh
Hey, what's that last password for folks
oh
to?
okay. And the last password is the word moon.
So the first password was star, and the last one appears to be moon. And for the first 5 folks to email us at info at Intervision FM
Oh no,
gets
info.
a.
Info.
Go ahead.
Yeah, info at intervisionfm.com.
.com. You'll get a free copy of my buddy here's book 6 Shades of Blindness. This kind of details his what's an autobiography, right, Johnny?
Right, and it leads up to like the combination of when I made this movie, which I'm gonna get it out the closet and I'm gonna upload it, and I'm gonna put it on either YouTube. Well, I might put it on all the channels. I just upload
That'd
it.
be cool.
It's a 59-minute story, and I went to the library and learned how to write up a screenplay, the format, and all that kind of stuff. And I picked out blind people, people in wheelchairs, and just other people with disabilities to be a part of the movie. And it was just a fun time
Man, I bet.
to produce it. And so it's like, I don't know why I never did another, but I mean, it takes a lot out of you. And then the lead actor was a nice guy, but how he became blind was because he was a part of a gang, and he walked out the door and someone shot him in the head and severed his I guess the retina in the back of his head, because where it hit him. And so I guess he couldn't get out of the lifestyle and ended up getting carjacked by a rival gang and stuff like that. So because we were going to do it again with more money, because the guy was tall, had broad shoulders, long hair.
Yeah, I remember the story. I remember the guy well. I met him a couple of times through.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Aaron Espinosa.
Aaron? Yeah, I remember Aaron. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Very, very nice, very nice.
He's a nice fella. He's a really nice fella. I would love to see what has happened to him over the years.
So anyway, so that it culminates with that, and like I said, it's like so many things to do, and I know where the movie is at in my closet. It's just a matter of getting in there and digging through there and grabbing it, and then now that I know this new technology and how to edit and stuff like that, using Ira, it'd be no problem, putting it out there again. So that's what we're gonna do. So anyway, so we're going to end the show tonight. We thank everybody for joining us, and join us tomorrow night, and we'll have some other topics.
Oh, we're going to have a fun show tomorrow.
All right. God bless everybody.